And there was silence. I suddenly remembered. How do you fly your flying saucers? Soodle says the saucer is too fast. People can't drive. Our UFO. It's all pre-programmed by computer. UFO interior and exterior. How quickly time passes varies. Not only is the space-time inside and outside the UFO different. The region where the driving part of the flying saucer is located. It's not like the rest of the saucer. Our flying saucer wants to fly to a certain planet. We need to measure the planet beforehand. Distance and coordinates to our planet. Using UFO movement time to control flight distance. After setting the driving program, you can go to the flying saucer. To your Earth. We put the saucer in a quasi-excited state. Stop. And then we bring the saucer back to the excited state. And fly at the speed of light. But the set time is extremely short. Let the flying saucer fly just a tiny distance. Switch to a quasi-excited state. And this keeps switching the space-time state of the saucer. You can make a flying saucer fly over your Earth. Flying at an arbitrary speed much slower than the speed of light. Do you want this measurement to be very accurate? If the measurement is wrong, will there be an accident with flying saucers? That's for sure. If the measurement is inaccurate, UFOs are like your plane accident. If you put it on a planet, it will also kill people. We start with a predefined computer program. Control the UFO to approach your Earth at the speed of light. Near your Earth. Make the flying saucer transition the space-time state. At less than the speed of light. Continue to fly towards your Earth. But this measurement is with us. It's not that difficult. The most advanced measurement tool on your planet is the laser. And we measure it artificially. The nature of the field is to move in a cylindrical spiral. Space for change. Field measurement is much more advanced than lasers. Measurement involves the transmission of information. On your Earth. Measuring the orientation of the moon with a laser. And the distance to the Earth. It needs to be reflected back by the laser to be sure. This approach has obvious drawbacks. It's a planet far from your Earth. The laser cannot be fired because of the dissipation of energy. In addition, the laser emission and reflection speeds are limited. And use our factory scan. The dissipation of energy causes zero. Not only can it be launched to distant planets, and it can travel faster than light. The essence of a field is a non-food space. Cannot be limited by the speed of the object. We now not only use the field to measure the distance and orientation of distant planets. You can also use fields to observe these distant planets. Not only can you observe the depths of the universe, you can also see a world smaller than electrons and photons. You can see inside the stars. We also use human factory scanning to communicate with each other. Human factory scan communication. Much better than lasers and electromagnetic waves. For example, on your Earth, people were driving cars. It basically works. Because the speed of electromagnetic waves is the speed of light. Far faster than the speed of a car. If we were flying in a light-speed saucer, running around the universe, and they communicate with each other using electromagnetic waves at the speed of light. That's a joke. So faster than light people factory scan communications. It is our ideal choice. And the only option. That on your planet. Do you also use human factory scanning to communicate with each other? Yes, on our planet. They all use human factory scanning to communicate. The advantages of factory communication. There's no comparison to electromagnetic communications. Human factories can completely replace electromagnetic wave communication. For example, a very deep one on your Earth. There was a disaster in the underground coal mine. The mine passageway is buried by a thick layer of soil. Electromagnetic signals on your planet can't penetrate thick soil. You can't get in touch with the outside world. But if it were us, we use the medium of the field to communicate. The essence of a field is space. Space as a medium can pass through the entire planet. There is no such obstacle. For example, we probe inside stars. Earthquake prediction. Manual field scanning is convenient. Field dissemination of information is not only powerful. Almost nothing can stop it, and it dissipates very little energy. The attenuation is small and can even reach zero. It can travel very far. It just takes energy for the signal to occur and receive. Long-distance transmission does not consume energy. There's another obvious advantage of spreading information often. Is faster than electromagnetic waves. Theoretically, it can reach almost infinite speeds. Electromagnetic waves travel at the speed of light. And according to your theory of relativity on Earth, the fastest speed in the universe is the speed of light. Space can travel information faster than the speed of light. This is because space is a special kind of matter. Unlike ordinary object particles. Ordinary particles have mass and electric charge. Ordinary objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light, because ordinary matter particles travel close to the speed of light. Its mass area is infinite. Electromagnetic waves and the nature of light accelerate the movement of electric charges, generates an attractive force field, disappears the mass and charge properties of electrons, and in the excited state, move at the speed of light. The essence of light is actually a kind of object particle. The volatility is the fluctuation of space itself, since space moves at the speed of light all the time, and light just sits still in space, moving with the speed of light in space. It can't go faster than the speed of light, as long as it is an object particle. Child in a natural state. It can't travel faster than the speed of light. But space has no mass, no electric charge. Unlike ordinary objects, its speed of motion is not restricted by this. Using fields to communicate equals using space to convey information. It's one of the most sophisticated ways in the universe. Because the universe is an object. Particles and space are composed of two things. Anything that uses object-particle communication to process information are lagging behind. The state of the art in spatial communication. There is a fundamental difference between the two. We're not just using space to communicate. On our planet, it processes information on a massive scale. Our computers and the global public information network. Just like your computers on Earth, and the internet that you will soon be born. Our computers are virtual. The public information network mainly relies on space to convey information. We use human factory scanning technology. It allows all of our brains to move through space, communicate with others constantly. So we don't need computers and other equipment. You can communicate with others with your own brain. You can go online. We're using space to store information. In our concept of cosmic space information fields, there's a basic theorem about space and information. That's anywhere in the universe. Could store an entire universe today. All previous and future information. In other words, the ability to store information in space. Theoretically infinite. Only in practice. The ability to store information in space, subject to other conditions, although not infinite, but the ability to store information spatially, in the eyes of you Earthlings. It's also terrifying. Certainly, you Earthlings only know food at this stage. You can see it. You can feel it. What you get is important. It's very valuable. I didn't realize that numbers matter. Digital information is more valuable. Sooner or later, you Earthlings, You will also recognize the hidden mysteries of space. Massive use of space to process information and store numbers. Especially you Earthlings. Once the light-speed vehicle is developed, after the age of mass interstellar travel, light-speed vehicle, they can't communicate with conventional light-speed electromagnetic waves. It must arrive in such an instant. A communication mode approaching the speed of infinite motion is to use space itself to move, similar to the quantum mechanics on your planet. Quantum entanglement. And so it went on for about an hour. I saw a three-dimensional image of the interior of the spacecraft suddenly disappear. Those red robots with slightly shaking bodies. The body suddenly shrinks into a piece. Becomes small. The color turns fuchsia, scattered on the ground like liquid water beads. After that, it all got into the interior of the spacecraft and disappeared. The mysterious standard voice came to my mind again. Passenger planet has arrived. We're going down now. This soft female voice, talking non-stop along the way. It seems to be introducing something. Before we knew it, we had arrived on their planet. A few of them came out of it. The flight is over. Has arrived on our planet. Let's go down.